When day.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the stream. My name is Cat Monarch, and once again today it is time for some Duel Masochist. So give me 1 second and let's just make that visible. Give it a minute. Oh wait, yeah, forgetting the obvious as always. Right, was just taking a look at a couple of decks that I have in the but haven't really done anything with, and was wondering if I could change any of them up in any way. I don't think there's a huge amount to change. I cut down the going second deck a little bit, but only a little bit. Right, let's just pull that one back, mute, bring it back here, and set up the chat so that it's at least on stream, because it's, I don't know, I like having you guys with me. So, where are we at? Where are we at? There we go, pop out chat. Group it, put it with that one. Bring that over just a little bit. And then, so it should be this one. Ta-da! Is that a little bit far over? Might be a little bit far over. I got no idea how this looks. No, that's the wrong way. Okay. Yeah, something like that. I'll just have to faff around with it from time to time. But for the moment, let's just... come on. Yeah, okay, that'll do, I guess. Yeah, that looks fine. Right. Okay, yeah, should probably get on with this then. Let's add some sound. I'm not sure, that's not going to be relevant for a while, the scenario voice, but hey, it's a nice change. And I guess, like, I've got to check on something in about 25 minutes anyway, so let's just go through what's new with Duel, because they've just dropped a whole load of stuff. We've got a new selection pack, we've got 2 new bundles, which I don't honestly know what the full difference is between, so... What do you get? You get a dual field. So it's a dual field, special coin, 1, 2, 3, sleeve, base, graveyard. Okay. And it is... Okay, I think I'd like, to be fair, I kinda might... What are we looking at? So it's K9, which is not something I'm particularly invested or interested in. Whether I do or do not, I have no idea. It is the current selection pack. What's in here that isn't K9 Vanquished Soul? You've got Borrel support, which has just come out in the TCG, so that's, I think, probably the fastest TCG to Master Duel, conversion, or at least it's got to be close. You got Junk support. I don't know how good it is, but that's always fun. That's interesting, because they gave Junk Warrior a retrain, which is pretty beefy. Honestly, it's pretty cool. Or is this not the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, this isn't quite the one I'm thinking of. They gave Junk Warrior an Assault mode, which is kinda neat. Speed Warrior's even got a retrain. Is there anything particularly cool down at the low end? Because normally the cards that are interesting are all like SR or higher. But sometimes there's the odd gems that are kind of down here. Although I think most of it's pretty old stuff at this point. but I don't really know. That one's new, I think. That one's new. But yeah, you can see that the NR slots are a lot of reprints, really, when it comes down to it. I know you don't really get reprints on a digital client, you get just a different way to get to them. But, you know, in TCG you'd call it reprints. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting this pack on my own. Nor will I probably be getting the Dark Magician pack. Because, my god, do I not want to play Dark Magician. You get the binder thing, you get the coin, sleeve, that's it. Versus the, what, Masquerena and SP bundles, which get you, what, gets you a mate? Oh, got the bike and everything, that's kind of neat. You get the art and then you get 10 packs. But you see, I like this pack, that's the difference, I guess. And then you from the same pack. You are. So I can get a stupid amount of those packs. I can either pay, what, 28, get 20 packs, get 2 different mates plus a, what is it? There's something particular they're doing. Where do they advertise it? Here you go. So, yeah, if you get both of these bundles, you get an extra deluxe mate, apparently. For what it's worth, I guess. Versus if you just get the 3K bundle, what do you get from the 3K bundle? Oh, they bring out the old anniversary stuff. Huh. Neat. But versus this one, which is... I mean, in terms of accessories, this one's better. But I think I probably just prefer the mate. The field doesn't really grab my attention. Nor does the coin. Sorry to anyone who's particularly in love with it. But yeah, the main thing, they added a solo, well, they added like an extra, what do you call it, tryout deck. That's what you call the Sprite one. The Sprite is an extra tryout deck, but there's a new solo mode here. And like the Sky Striker solo mode, you've got, you know, animations, but here's the difference. You've got voice acting. It's only taken Macedal, what, 3 years to do? 4 years to do? But on the other hand, there is now voice acting, which is, you know, that's something. Right, we are in fact in Silver 2. I updated the win-loss at the end of the last stream, so it should be accurate. I don't think there was anything we were changing about the deck, not that I recall. The question was, are we playing this deck? Because Silver 2 apparently is just really, really ever so slightly more difficult than we were thinking. So yeah, we changed up the Go Second deck. We cut the danger cards from this to cut it down to 44 cards. And while they can technically just be like Upstart Goblin with a body, I'm hoping that that just makes it a bit more consistent to get to things. This probably comes out of the deck at some point, but I want to resolve it, it's, you know, at least once, right? That's what we're trying to stay away from, simply because it's kind of our go-to, along with that one. We haven't played Umi Normal in a little bit, and there's possibly some new stuff, I don't actually know. Stun is not a particularly fun one. If we go first, we do probably just annoy the hell out of our opponent and probably win. But what if we don't go first? Burn just was a bit of a gimmick. Worked kind of okay. Redo a Turbo was what you saw me looking at earlier. I don't really think there's a huge amount of changes. I've got an extra Bestial that I could chuck in this deck. I could take out the Phantasme, because that's not so impactful anymore. And yeah, I don't really know. Maybe I could take out some of the other normal summons. And then there's Cosmopunk, which is probably the thing we've played most recently. But it's also, like, I feel like it's surprisingly one of the better decks. Maybe it's just surprising to me and not really to anyone else, but I kind of like this. Anyway, we do have to pick a deck. So I'm going to give Fiendish a game, and we'll see what they make of it. That's the idea right now. High stakes. Anyone could win. Anyone could rank up from this. Hope everyone's been doing okay. Having a good time. I'm going to say that I'm happy it's the end of the work week, but it hasn't really been a particularly bad work week or anything. I feel like this is the Labyrinth field spell. Anyway, search for an Unchained card. That goes through. What Unchained card do we get? Let's grab this one. Set. Activate. Pop a thing. It's my turn. This has been out for like a day? Less than a day? Hours? Could you fuck off? Right. I'm gonna do this. I'm down in fucking silver. My god. This is just gonna be a meta deck. That's the other thing. Like, this is just good. There is no sneaking around that fact. Ripper. What does Ripper do? The attached material activates a monster effect in the hand or grave. Detach, negate. What do you do in the grave? Nothing in the grave. What do you do in the grave? Nothing in the nope. That one can. Bye-bye. And I've got to hope that that's enough to stop them. I'll lay down too. It's not impressive, and going up against a deck that's actually just going to be meta. You're fucking kidding me. Yeah, go for it, man. On the other hand, they're on Dark Magician, so that's going to brick them a little bit. You gotta hope. It's Shining Sark support. That was not on my bingo card. And that banished that guy. Can't be destroyed by monster effects. Right, that's A-OK. But you can be destroyed by trap effects. This does just kind of make Dragoon, doesn't it? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it does just make Dragoon. We'll just get the other one out. I value Big Beat Stick. At least when this card was revealed, I'm pretty sure everyone was saying it just makes Dragoon. But easier. they've got that quick play spell. Target Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in your field or grave. Fusion summon a fusion that uses by shuffling it into the deck, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. So they don't want to do it this turn. They're going to do that during my turn, have it for their turn, and then it gets banished during the end phase, if we get to that point. Oh, thank God you picked the wrong fucking card. Bye-bye. Good stuff. Missing something there. Right. I feel like I just want to go Zeta. So that's what I'm going to do. Because it gives me some form of interaction for a special summon monster, which feels like it's going to be the main thing they're going to do that would threaten me. And then hopefully it's just game on the next turn. And yeah, I think this is the Labyrinth Field spell. Or field spell. Field. That's fine. I can banish the other monster if they get to another monster. Droll. Okay. Is that you pushing the surrender button and just gonna hit yourself for game? I really, really hope it is. Link to SP Little Knight. They didn't choose to activate the effect. That is just the end of the game, and there isn't anything you can do to stop me. Because I need to activate a card or effect. And what if I just hit you really hard? Okay. Really, we should not have won that, but I guess we just played exactly as we needed to. And they opened the Dark Magician. They had a bad hand. But they are just on, like, the new deck. It's a mess of a deck. I don't really know what it's supposed to be doing. This doesn't feel coherent. It obviously, like, probably works, but I just don't know. I don't think this is it. Well, we won a game. Oh yeah, and that reminds me. So if we go here, we've got our usual legacy tickets, but we also have the anniversary tickets. Now these are from a secret pack. All of them. And they give me a guaranteed royal. So I want to know what you think the ethics are of opening these packs. Do you think that A, we should just, you know, open them? We're earning them, we're still playing, and as long as we're winning, then, you know, we're free to just open these as we see fit. Or B, do you think that we need to treat these as if, you know, we haven't earned them, because they're just a gift, right? Those are the two lines of thought at the moment. I'd like to know which one you think is the correct one. because I'm open to either. We will be opening the regular legacy tickets, but not for the moment. For the moment, it is time for a master pack. We won one duel. I want to let the legacy tickets build up a little bit more before we open any of them. Okay, and what do we get? We get a duplicate, because of course we do. More Tenpai support. We have a couple Tenpai cards, but I think it's just the extra deck. And, like, none of the main deck. Memento needs a good few hundred cards to, you know, well, no it doesn't, but, you know, it needs a solid amount of cards to get going. And then you got the mystery card. Natura Gaia's Trio. 2 Earth Synchros. And negates a card or effect that targets 1 card by sending from hand. That is... If we had Waking the Dragon, maybe. But then again, maybe if we had Waking the Dragon. I am looking forward to, like, playing the solo mode in my own time. On my other account. Alright, let's go back to the duels. Get another one in. Take a couple minutes break because I've got to check up on something, and then we can get back to it. Nice, we got to choose the coin toss again. And we're on against a 60 card deck by the looks of. 16 and 15. This hand is far from ideal, but the hand we have been dealt, you know. We've got a Solemn Warning, and then we've got a Trap Hole. This isn't live, it's only really live if they kill it. We can get level 2 on board next turn. We can get a level... Wait, no, we can get this on board. You can target a tuner, it just doesn't do anything for you, because you can't make pretty much anything without non-tuners. Havness. What do you do? Yeah, let's just negate that. Seems like a fair trade. Shiren. Why did I say Havness? Discard a card if sent to the graveyard by card effect. This is all effect. There is no cost. That's a bummer. Yeah. I'm not sure we're going to make it out of this one. During the end phase, out of branded. And then you add Cartesia. Then you discard a card, so you discard the Shiren, which will stop it being special summoned, but it does mean that you get a fusion summon now. And depending on chain lengths. 1 and 2. No. Why are you adding second? That's... like, it's good for me, but, like, why? Branded fusion. I don't know what I have to save the Void Trap Hole for. I think I am just dead. But there is always a time to be proven wrong. What are you summoning? Grenguignol. If fusion summons, send a level 6 or higher. They added branded fusion, so I've got to save it. Send Lebellion. They kind of do just have everything. How much damage is that? There's Banded Fusion. 2-5, but these were summoned in defense, so that's no damage currently. Negate the effects. Are you already in the grave? You are already in the grave, so that doesn't matter. I think we just let that happen. Let them banish the material. Because this is still the last thing to happen, so we should just be able to Void Trap hold the summoned monster. I feel like that's a good play. It's against Branded. I just have to hope that something is a good play. Lebellion. Okay, now you shuffle them from your banished cards. I can negate destroy this. So yeah, let's probably do that. That feels better. Instead of letting him get to the Mirror Jade. You can banish that, yeah. But they still only have 25 on board. They don't have another way to fusion summon, and that's, yeah. I live. And does that accomplish anything? If I can get to exactly the 8. Well, no, okay, that's... Yeah, it kind of needs to be the 8, actually. Yeah. Tribute. Oh, for Lebellion, yeah. It's not a tribute, it's just like send it. No, it is a tribute. And you set the Branded Fusion, I guess, right? In theory. Can't stop their effects at Fusion Summon now. Not that they currently have one on the field, but it is going to be a problem for me. Two guys. Two guys. Yeah, and then you get this. It's just the one. But maybe they only need the one. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. When a spell trap monster effect includes a monster that special summons a monster from... Oh, just includes the effect that special summons, okay. Normal summon. I'm out of options. You know, I've got to make them fear the Link 2. What the Link 2 does is no one's concern, but I gotta make them scared of it. Because then I can triple attack and maybe do something. Cool. Why are you banishing your branded spell traps? You can get back from banish with the counter trap. No, target one in your grave. Okay, summon an Ice Bite token. The Strudo. Please stop this. I have Link 2s, but they don't do anything. Oh yeah, I need a monster effect. That's not a monster effect. I needed a monster effect, and I don't have one. And here I was immediately hoping that it would be a little bit easier today. We gotta win, you know. Surely it's gonna be easier. Right. Okay. I'm gonna be right back in a minute. I do just need to go and check on something. So, allow me to mute the volume on Master Duel real quick. And then we can, go to the Duel Live and random. And we're back. Right. Get out of here. And get back to the dueling. Also probably put it back to, there we go. Right. Okay. So on the one hand, we can beat the most recent meta deck because it's just combined with Dark Magician, Shining Sark, and Red Dragon Archfiend for reasons. On the other, we can't beat good old Branded because just Branded. Let's try let's try going second again. We've cut down on the cards in there, which means in theory we're a bit more consistent to our kaijus and our real board breakers and everything. So let's do that. Hope everyone's been doing well enough anyway. There really hasn't been a lot happening since between the last stream and now. I played a little bit more Night Rain. I managed to do a couple of Everdarks, well, 3 Everdarks solo. Everdark Libra, which wasn't a particularly clean one, but I did manage to do it first try at least. So there's that. There we go. Okay, you can't adjust the volume for the summon animations in Duel, and they are playing Lava Golem in the main. Cyber's Pile, is it? Kashtira, is it? 60 cards, whatever it is. We have a Kaiju, Moon Mirror Shield, Life Hack, Soul Release, and Ohime. Which means, in theory, we can Kaiju Ohime, go get the Ritual Spell. Not the Ritual Spell, the Equip Spell. Yeah, okay, it's Kashtira. Lovely. We're gonna need the Kaiju. Right. Okay, Alpha hurts, the other Kaiju's okay, Lightning Vortex is fine. Right. How do we do the Mekanko things again? It's reveal this, you get Arabesque, and then special this. Yeah. Okay. I think we do just have to Kaiju this to free up zones, maybe. Unless they actually get to a Rise Heart, in which case it is just get the Arise Heart. Arise Heart, to be clear. Equal to your opponent's current life. They haven't dropped any, so there's that. We can get one monster on our side of the field, a monster on their side of the field that we just want to leave there. Yeah, there's the Arise Heart. Trap. What could the trap be? The trap could be Big Bang. Could just be Imperm. Right, that gives us a 7 synchro, actually. That gets them to Ogre, surely. Yeah, no, that's alright. So, we Kaiju this one. Bay. Attempt to add a Mekango. It works. We get Arabesque. And we return that one. I don't need Soul Release against them. Okay. I mean, that's really not going to hurt me. Nor is that. Actually, wait, that one might. Depends if they hit it. If they hit the one Mekanko. They didn't. What do you fear? The kaiju. What do you fear? I can get life hack. What did you banish, Verte? Okay. That's 2. They got something. You think I'm not going to play into Max C? I need to stop you. You're going to kill me if I don't. Alright. I'm going to put that there. Give me that back. Get a Mechanical Equip spell. Let's see. Equip only to an opponent's monster while they control Mechanical. Take control. Does it have... Neither player can activate the effect of the equipped monster. Damn it! You know what? That's fair. I had forgotten about the Fenrir. You know what I hadn't forgotten about? The fact that I've got a kaiju in hand. I'm going to put it here. Bye. Right, so I can just normal summon this guy. And then I can either Moon Mirror, or I can Life Hack. During main phase, equal to your opponent's current life until the end of the turn. So yeah, that only really works if I get them down enough. I don't think I'm going to be winning this one, guys. I can get rid of the Fenrir, though. For a turn, anyway. Don't know how I quite forgot that the Fenrir just hadn't, you know, done its thing yet, but live and learn. And that is my Mechanco package now gone, so these 2 cards are dead in hand. I have Life Hack and a Dream, which I should have set the Life Hack. That gets from Handle Banishment, right? But the other one can get Graveyard, which means I'm just a Deadman. Because Kashtira is a fun deck. It's interactive. You get to look into your opponent's eyes and see the hope leave them. Like, I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. They're just gonna, like, special the Fenrir from grave. Like, why are you... Just, like, end it already, you fucking idiot. You have an out to Moon Mirror Shield. Just use it. You just needed to summon Fenrir from the graveyard, Fenrir attack and do the thing, and that would win you the duel. Someone who is already very invested in the new pack, in the new bundle things. As far as going second hand's not bad. Depending on how bad gold is, I might let us play the generator deck again. I am not looking forward to where this goes, though. You are not an effect to special summon, you are a condition to special summon. Which means we can Kaiju, Alpha, Kaiju, Alpha, but then we can't hit over the Kaiju is the problem. We do have a lower stat Kaiju. Yeah, we have 1 Gardala, we have 1 Radiant, And then we could also just draw our own, like, one of the other 5 copies of this guy, basically. Depends what they do. Soul Release might be helpful, might not be. We have to see how it goes. The main problem of going second deck is you do just have to watch your opponent do whatever they're doing and just kind of deal with it. You have to be funny and witty to keep an audience at this point. And as you can see, I have none of them neither. Okay, what Canine Ripper do? Detach, handle grave, detach, negate. Okay. You know, it's really unfortunate that the effects are just kind of like that. You're only allowed to activate effects on field with K9, otherwise they punish you for it. It's like, it's the whole police force vibe, and I guess I kind of get it. Like, in terms of archetype theming, it's pretty neat, but from a game design point of view, it's miserable. Because just, you know, what deck doesn't use a hand effect or a graveyard effect at the moment? And maybe hot take, I don't think it is. I'm not a fan of, like, the turn 0, like, cards that, like, the newer archetypes are getting. Because your older archetypes do not have such, you know, lucky tools. And I also just don't like that kind of a direction for the way power creep goes. Because we already got 1-card combos, and now we've got partial combos on the opponent's turn. Which means that, you know, hand traps are now even more necessary, because what if your opponent's going to do something on your turn? Before you've even played a card, you know? Playing through negates is one thing, but what if you started playing before your opponent? Even if you lost the coin toss. Sounds like a bad idea to me. Sounds like a really unfun time. But then again, this is just me. This is just one guy. I don't know how much further they're going to go with this. Probably a bit. I know that K9 do like their spell traps for support. Okay, they use the shark package, which means you're going to use the 6. I forget what it does though, so I've got to find that real quick. Can't be destroyed by card effects. Detach 1 special. Okay. Which means you get a number monster from number. Wait. So, better question. You're not related to like every. No, it'll be related to every number monster, won't it? Yeah, because it mentions number. So you got number 107. No, I'm not doing anything. What is a problem for me? I don't know. I'm just gonna have to find out, probably. Quick skim of the numbers to try and find out, like, what they could be summoning. Because you got Giant Hand, who's a negate, Star Seraph, who is a negate but on your turn only, Masquerade, oh, it's probably Masquerade, is it? Related? Sure. Related. Let's see if we can find Masquerade real quick. He was somewhere around here. I've already gone by him, haven't I? Yep, there's Masquerade. Related. Where is the Chaos Masquerade? Where is it? Actually, genuinely, where is it? Which one is it? There we go. Once per turn, when a monster effect is activated. Yep. I don't think this is going to be fun for me. So, you've got Snow Devil, reveal up to 1. So you're just going to destroy everything. You're going to blow up everything. And I don't know what the other 2 cards are. I just don't. And I know you have Ash Blossom in hand, which is like really, really fucking cool, you know? Trying to work out what I should kaiju, honestly. Because I'm not really sure. I think it probably just has to be Ripper, because otherwise, like, the Bestial gets negated. But then the Bestial just doesn't have a target either. Unless this turns into a light or dark monster, that'd be pretty cool. K9 X-Werewolf, which is a light monster. Okay, there goes the Cosmic, which I'm honestly okay with. So we're going to special summon you to that zone by... I want to save the Bestial for... well, I don't think it matters, honestly. If they want to pop my field, they're going to pop my field. I know what this is. I know they have an Ash in hand. They revealed it, which, you know, against most people would be cause for anguish, but apparently against me, because I just don't have one, it's fine. During the main phase, detach to summon. Then you can attach one other face-up monster on the field. Love it! I thought you summoned. You don't summon. Okay. Do I just banish the entire grave? I might. How do you work? Banish them. I think we do just banish their grave. Maybe it's the wrong move. Genuinely could not tell you. Yeah, your opponent can only target the highest attack monster. Okay. So I have to attack this because you control a Vanquished Soul. Yeah, so in that case, we might as well special summon Yugioh. I'm not winning this, but, like, we could see how far it gets. I swear you have enough attributes to just pop the Yugioh. Do you just not want to? Yeah, you know, you could do that as well. I'm gonna get really annoyed, aren't I, if I just keep playing the Go Second deck. We'll give it another game or so. We haven't really switched up the Fiend deck at all, whereas I've actually made changes to this one. It feels a bit more consistent. We won the coin toss, we pick second, we lose. But yeah, I've actually made changes with this one. I've tried to make it a little more consistent. So I do want to give it benefit of the doubt. That's not terrible. It does depend on if they use light or darks at all. These are both tuners. If I ran 8 synchros, plural, because I currently just run 1. Do we Bestial on our turn, or do we Bestial on their turn? I'd assume it's on theirs. I'm also just not sure what a Bestial on their turn does. I could yet to Savage Dragon. But at what cost? So discard this card and a tuner. Discard Junk Synchron. Add a Synchron monster from deck to hand. Is it another Junk Synchron? It's another Junk Synchron. Pity this isn't dark, but you can't get everything. I don't think it changes anything at this point. The Junk Speeder summons from deck exclusively, I think, doesn't it? I'm going to find out in like 2 seconds, but from deck. Which means that's probably the end of the game. Like, I really don't want to be a pessimist, but Junk Speeder resolving is pretty much everything the deck wants and more. I can get rid of the Junk Warrior. So I think, not the Junk Warrior, the Junk Synchron. So I think I will do that. Get rid of the target. It's not the most powerful thing to be doing, but it puts the body on my side of the field. What does a Link 3 get me? Nothing. Link 2 gets me Verte. For the rest of the turn. So I could make Verte, but like, I don't really see what the point is. Like, I'm trying to think about if there's a way I can get Savage Dragon with a negate. Pardon me, I don't think there is. He is an 8 synchro, which makes him like a rather nice target, but unfortunately I do need Link Monsters in the grave, and this hand does not look to provide that. Excuse you. Red Supernova Dragon. Once per turn, your opponent, quick effect, banish this. Right. It's just all cards your opponent controls, so yeah, okay, I can't stop them further. Where your opponent's monster effect is activated, or when an opponent's monster declares an attack. Which outs the Duelist Worm 2 ways, because the Duelist Worm then just doesn't... You target, right? Target a special summon and send it. Ah, fuck you, Supernova Dragon. Kaiju would be really good. Kaiju would be fantastic. End phase. So that's all you're doing. Kaiju would be fantastic. We're gonna put it in the correct zone. Bye. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, let's do that. And let's get rid of this guy. Now, I can get over this, but the question is, how do I want to get over it? So I can normal summon this and make a Link monster. I feel like that's a good idea, actually, because it allows me to search for my own Kaiju. And then, what am I thinking? Target one, it becomes dark until the end of the turn. So this would banish itself. Nothing tributes itself. This could crash itself, but then, like, I wouldn't be able to make the Savage I think it might just be this. So we do... let's see. These were both special summons, so I think we just leave those. Do this. Get you. 2 monsters go to the graveyard. Nope. Add ourselves a kaiju. Ash boss. What am I missing? I'm obviously missing something. Either that or they've just gone AFK. They're a bit annoyed about how I've managed to stop them. They are using Ash Blossom. Okay, backup plan. I was going to say backup plan Link Summon. I can't do that. Because I special summon this and I'm locked into Synchros. That may be true. While I control this card in the main monster zone. Important effect text. Doesn't matter. Right, so we do this one to banish everything from the grave, and then we do this one. We're just going to send... it doesn't really matter, so let's send their monster. Because if we send theirs and then banish it from the grave, at least they don't really get it back. Draw 1 card, okay. Or special or tuner from hand, that's fine. Draw 1. Send it. Banish them. Hopefully that's enough of a wound to their game plan. I've got the power to search a kaiju next turn. I've got my big monster. They have a 4-card hand and 2 cards on the field, which I think are probably going to help them. Maybe, maybe not. They don't have a graveyard, they have a 4-card hand, and I don't think the field is looking good for them. I don't know if they've searched anything, but I'm currently happy with things. I can add myself a kaiju. I've got a good number of them. Hello, Mr. N Gaiman. Welcome back to chat and stream. Signal counter, indeed. Go ahead and place it. See if you do anything. That does get them to everything, methinks. You still got a 13 card extra. You just put all your resources into this boy last time. You probably run 2 Junk Speeder. If you don't, I would be a little surprised. Negate the activation, then summon. So, yeah, this wouldn't... Okay. Oh, you out of things? You are out of things. They added Sat Synchron. I mean, I can just kaiju that. Granted, I would rather kaiju it with Radiant, who is currently banished my graveyard. Can I target face-down monsters? Points to 2 monsters. Yeah, it doesn't care what position those are. Add a kaiju. Give me that kaiju. Unless you really, really want to activate Ash Blossom again. And if they do activate an Ash Blossom, then we know we can swing into that with Transverser. which is not much, but it's something. They are thinking. Called by. You're scared I'm going to add Radiant. Go ahead. Be my guest. Radiant, it was nice knowing you. I know I just summoned you and made you hit the opponent, but, you know. We do what we must. I do not hold it against you. It's not Ash Blossom. Okay. Right. So if we draw a Shaddoll next turn, we could just make Construct. Which is neat. If we don't draw a Shaddoll next turn, we can just, you know, kaiju whatever monster they put up. Oh, right, you get draw 2, send 1. You can do a thing with it now. You can only activate once per turn. Okay. Oh, you can only place, like, you can only put 1 on the field. So if they get another one, they can activate, which would add a Synchron card. But if they just search Satellite Synchron last turn, I don't think they're doing a lot. That's not sent to the graveyard as Synchro material, so that's doing nothing. Tuning. Yeah, but you would have just got the better Synchron, like, last time, wouldn't you? Okay. Summon it, add a spell that mentions Stardust. Lose the game. Monster Reborn. Either graveyard. Well, nothing in my graveyard is strong enough, so what are you doing from your graveyard? Because that's a 4. Correction. Nope, it's a 4. It's a 6. Okay, it's a 6. Does that do anything? You get a spell trap that mentions Stardust, but I still don't know if it does anything. Oh, it's a draw, isn't it? No, Tri-Edge Master. 2 and 4, draw a card. And then you get Special Summon again, which means you can Synchro for 8. Okay. They making plays. Things are happening. They getting card advantage. I still don't think they're going to OTK with me, which means they are just dead. Because the game plan would be to do Shaddoll Fusion. And then just, yeah, Shaddoll Fusion, then Kaiju. Okay. If sent to the graveyard as Synchro material, you get 2 tokens. So you can do a 4, or you can do a 10, or you can do an 8. What's the game plan here? You've got a 12 card extra. You've got options. It's just, what are they? There's Crystal Wing. I mean, again, my previous play still stands. Oh, you're just making Crystal Wing. I mean, you go for it. I'm not dead, which means it's your problem. Their game plan was, I never thought I'd get this far. You know, it does feel like it. Dark Ruler, that's not the card I need. But, this is. So, I can just use monsters from deck, and I can search for a Kaiju. So, we're going to do this first, because it doesn't lock me. We're going to... Let's see. I don't really know if there's anything better, because I am just going to Kaiju this, so it doesn't particularly matter. I guess I get a draw, like, so... What am I sending? If this card is sent to the graveyard, target monster changes battle position. Yeah, sure, we'll send you, and we will send any old light. We will send that one. There's Construct. And then we go chain 1 to Foolish, chain 2 to change battle position. Because once per turn, when. So if you want me to, you know, not change the battle position, you can negate that. They will negate the battle position change. Alright. Send Beast. +1. Neat. But yeah, not what we need. So we get a Kaiju. We just get... What do we get? Gardala? I think we just get Gardala. It halves the attack of everything else. Does that give us lethal? Maybe it misses. Right. So... Right, no, this is completely fine. So what we do is we do this one. Just give them that. Special our own Kaiju. This turn, yeah, that'll do. Okay. It's a soft once, isn't it? It is a soft once. And... yeah, you do just get a special summon it. Okay. That's mildly annoying. But I do have the out for that. That's a-okay. Because you put it in the transverser column. Which means that I can just switch it. Do you want a Kaiju? You, spoilers, you do not want the Kaiju. Yep, correct. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Anyway. 1, 2, 3. No more card effects for you. Which makes it game, set, and match. 1, 2. And we appreciate your sacrifice and your service. And just clear it up for game. You can't do anything about it. Nothing is going to save you. Construct for game. We actually use Shaddoll Fusion, you know? We fusion summoned a monster. I'm not sure we've done that yet. Maybe I could have played that slightly better, but, yeah. No, I'm happy with how that worked. I kind of forgot Assault Synchron had another effect. Well, either that or I just genuinely never read that part of the effect. Right. And as privilege of being chatter, we have legacy tickets, yes? This is known. We always have a legacy ticket. We now have 4th anniversary ticket, which gives us a secret pack and a guaranteed royal. What do you think are the ethics of opening this pack? Do we need to win a duel? Do we need to be in gold? Do we get this at all? I'm curious as to your thoughts on this, because if we don't get it, I'm okay with that. I could, like, open the pack and dismantle everything but the UR. If we do get it, then, you know, what's the conditions? What are the terms of this bargain? Also, I'm just having a biscuit at the moment. So, that's what the crinkle is. I mean, some people have seen do this, some don't. Yeah, I know. Like, Joe does just open them. He says that, you know, we've been in the game, we can open them, right? We're winning duels, we've been playing for this long. Like, he opens the secret pack, the one-offs, right? I'll say that we can open it when we get to gold. And I know that's not a well, I think that's not ages away. But I'll say that we can open it when we get to gold. But that the royal rare we cannot use because that's technically just like, sorry, skip that. Because that's technically just a, you know, freebie. It is only once a year, true. But yeah, we're not using this. Nor this. Nor that. Margin maybe at some point, but probably not. Definitely no. No. It is only once a year. We have a whole bunch of other, like, royal rare cards that we can't use. So I think that the precedent is probably that we just... I don't know why I'm scrolling all the way up. I think the precedent is we can open the pack, but we just can't play it. Or if we keep the UR because, you know, we can't dismantle it, if we pull that again, we can then swap it out. Like with the Chaos Max, we've actually pulled Chaos Max, so we can use it. But we're using the royal copy that we got as a reward one time. That's actually a pretty good warrior. This is not bad. It's not even our first copy. Mildly upsetting. Yeah, there is also a good chance that it's just unusable. On my actual account, on my own account, I managed to pull the Baron pack, but I got what's-its-face? I got Charles from it. And it's like, wow, on the one hand, that is great for that pack. On the other hand, I just don't like Infernoble. It feels like, you know, another just kind of combo deck that just does, like, you don't stop it and it just ends on everything. I'm going second. Oh no, what a travesty. Well, all monsters. Wait, what are they on? 2 card extra. Is there an FTK with a 2 card extra? Yeah. Because, like, the Numeron OTK needs, like, 5, or... No, the Numeron OTK needs, like, 6. Okay, it is time for Exodia. And we're just going to Kaiju him. Right, now they do get set an Obliterate, or an Exile Trap. But they are... If you control a level... Oh, Exodia. Okay, you need to control an Exodia monster. I would really like to do that. I guess I still can. But, first, Kaiju. They are using... Okay. It's only on special summons. Wait, I can target a banished? Oh, I could get the Heart of the Blue-Eyed White Dragon. You know, that might be a better move. It gives them less. But it does lock me into Light and... Okay, no, that locks me into Light and Darks. And no, it gives them more, technically. So... Do we just do this? Because I do need to kind of clear the one monster they have. You target a card. Target cards. That's a Blitz. That's the Exilog Trap. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. So... We go 1 for this one, I guess. We go 2 for this one. And then we just banish the graveyard. Oh, I should have done this one first. No, I shouldn't. Why am I saying that? Anyway, send that. Banish the face down. Obliterate Blaze. Okay, so it's not ideal. I can Shadow Fusion for Winder. That might just be the play. I mean, I'm just going to inflict the same amount of damage anyway. So this gives me a draw, and it means that if they need to search the Unk, then they can't use it. That's not a great draw, but, you know, cards, right? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Take 2/2. I know what this one is, you can't use it. I don't know what you got in as your top deck, but if it's Unk, then, like, okay, I guess you're just the better player. No, it's not. But they can special summon a 3000 wall. And then add Unk. Right, but they can't use it because Winder, so... Who's the real winner? It's them. Why game bug? What can I do? I can top deck the other Mechanco equip. I can top deck Moon Mirror Shield. I can top deck Life Hack. Yeah, no, that's not really gonna do it. I can top deck Mulcharming Perulia. That is another kind of win condition, I guess. You know, we take those. Sure. They top deck Surrender. Apparently that is the case. Right. How am I gonna do this? Because I do want to spend the ticket. Like, it's there. But do I treat it as, like, I can actually use these cards? I mean, some of these packs are terrible. I'm just gonna do it for dust, I think. Let's have a look at what we could have won. This one. Leave me alone. I don't really want to see what's in this pack. I don't like... I just... Ugh. You think I can use the cards? Okay. Well, I mean, what am I realistically going to use for this? You know what? Given the quality of these, sure, I could use the cards. I think the guaranteed royal I would have to pull, whatever it is. Same with the other royals that I have. So this one I can't. Fuck. That is the one thing that makes it playable. On the one hand, that is kind of like crazy. It's like, you know, it's the nostalgia. It's literally just DM nostalgia. On the other hand, I'm not playing that until I actually pull a Dark Magician. So unless this is Dark Magician, we're not making another deck this second. And I think even then, I'm not actually sure how coherent our Dark Magician support is. That's a fusion? Once per turn if you, once per turn if you. No, it's Rota for prank kids, but it doesn't actually... Okay. That's kind of a trap hole, but worse. Another white, Armed Dragon 7, and a second Arius. What is it with duplicate high rarity cards? We pulled a second DDD, we pulled a second Arius. Why? Why is that? It doesn't feel right. Okay, are we changing up to Bunga Stop deck? I don't know that we need to. Yeah, Simo keeps pulling dupe URs and SRs. It just seems to be a thing. You get one and all of a sudden it's just more magnetized. Like, you know, you instantly get more of them. Let's give Cosmopunk a try. Oh yeah, if you didn't see it, by the way, there is one pull that I'm genuinely happy with recently. Which is... Where is the boy? There he is. Because, you know, Super Heavy is just like archetype the deck. We don't have the good stuff from it yet. But we're ever so slowly getting there. In other news, I kind of forget what this does. We do have a ninja deck. Okay. And also, I did mean to check on this one. Because we have some Tenpai stuff, but as I surmised, it's pretty much the extra deck. Once per turn, when a monster is destroyed by battle involving your fire dragon, target special. During opponent's end phase, pay 1,000, target a Sangan, spell trap, and grave. Yeah, what about you? Yeah, we just don't have, like, any of the monsters, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, that's not a thing either. Okay. Good to just check these things sometimes. Let's see if Cosmopunk has what it takes to take down a gold duelist. Right. Okay, we don't get to choose. But that isn't the end of the world, necessarily. We are going first. You get Dark Destroy, they might not be able to out it. Yeah, there's a chance. 3k beatstick. No, what we got is Jam Session Extreme. We don't have a psychic monster that needs to pay life points. And we can't get to one. So what we're doing is we're summoning Kashtira Ogre. And there we go, Torrential Tribute. Break my board! Where literally, like, you know, Raigeki Break just does half of it. Like, MST clears half this board, you know? I don't know. No, Radiant Typhoon isn't out in Master Duel yet. Lightning Storm. That also clears half this board. They chose the monster. That is mildly funny. Okay. So, obviously I can't do it just yet. Unaffected by monster effects, that's fine. Link 1. That's okay. What's next? Yeah, that's unfortunate, but no effect monsters. If a non-effect monster, right. So you're going to link summon an effect monster next. That's what's happening. 2 monks. So yeah, here's the effect monster, I guess, right? Okay, no effect monster, but you know what? Let's see you top that. You get one of them back. I can just set Psychic Processor and that actually stops this, you know? Crazy stuff. Okay, no it doesn't, because they are playing just Monka Stun. It's a 2k beat stick. Can I survive? The answer may surprise you. That's 18. I think I just hold on to that in case I get a Cosmo, but for the moment we just set a guy. Because this can tag out and summon a decent beat stick or a wall. It is just 1,000. Why do I think this had like some kind of cost with it? It has a recursion cost, but that's it. They're thinking real hard in that draw phase. Mystery Shell Dragon. I do kinda need a Cosmo. Or Kashtira Unicorn. Not Unicorn, Fenrir. Kashtira Fenrir would also do it. For... well, maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. But that one just does it. So, normal summon. I guess activate it, banish, summon the Dark Lady. Big. That's fine. On the off chance that I do have to negate a monster effect at some point. That's banish. What do you do? Card or effect. Okay, so let's just get rid of that. Oh, you're actually going to do that? Oh no, it's mandatory. No, it's optional. They just messed up. They messed up the stun deck. Can you believe it? Ladies and gentlemen. Yugioh. Absolute peak gaming. Right, let's open some legacy tickets. Wonder if the quality of these packs is better than that guy's dueling. We all make misclicks, but like, my god. Ooh. So we got a rank 5. That's kind of neat. Cannot be destroyed. Target card, destroy. Okay. Light End Dragon. Which has a non-optional? Oh, it is optional. Angel of Zera, who is neat for banish piles. I like him. Dragon Ruler of Droplets, which we don't have waterfalls, I don't think. Oh, that's horrendous. Okay. Fabled, which... nope. Flick Clown. That's a Cybus Extender, right? Kind of. Yeah, the synchros are generic. Dark Magician support, basically. Good old vanilla. Claudian's Key combo piece. Dying Keto, Morale Boost, Revoke, Collective Power. Okay, so yeah, we're probably not playing any of that. Okay, we already have one of those. But the Synchros and Xyz are kinda neat. DM deck coming soon. I gotta pull him first. I'm not counting that Royal Rare. We pulled a regular Chaos Max. That's why we can play Chaos Max, the Royal Rare. So, you know, I've set the standard. Let's see if we can match it ever. I don't think we will. But it'd be funny to see us, you know, actually get away with it at some point. Well, at least it's new. Destroy a dino in hand or face-up field except itself, then add a reptile, sea serpent, or winged beast with the same level. It's good in Dinosaur. It's fantastic in Dinosaur. We don't have Dinosaur. Yeah, you don't have, like, a huge amount of good dinosaur monsters. But the few that do exist are kinda broken. They're all kinda nuts. Like, it destroys a card to search for a card, but then the cards you often end up destroying are either Baby Ceresaurus or Petit Pteranodon, which both summon a guy from deck or add a guy, I forget which. You've got Misk, which just, you know, unaffected main phase. Well, main phase 1, I think. Or just during the main phase it's used, but either way, you know, there's that. Ultimate Conductor Tyranno being like just an actual house of a boss monster able to attack the whole field and send everything, you know? That's... Oh, and just Book of Moon. Just Book of Moon. Eclipse even. And yeah, you have like Overtech Coatlus, who is like fine. It's like, it's a negate, it's a special summon, it's not that bad. Well, do not mind it if I do. Special and defense, please. Set one. Set one. Let's activate this. Let's get ourselves an ogre. And then let's summon Wicked Witch. So, what field spells do I have? So yeah, I can get a draw on my opponent's turn. I guess I want to do that sooner rather than later. So we'll do Metaverse now. No, that's good. We do that. And then we just do this. And I'm just going to pay the life points now. So I can hopefully get an Upstart Goblin. I got Upstart Goblin, and that's not a bad draw for turn 3. We've got Fenrir, we've got Floodgate Trap Hole. I have no idea what they could really be on, but we're going to find out, I guess. Also, yeah, new field, new mate. Oh, you're on the Canine field. Nothing. What if we just book it? I'm a fan of that. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think... How much defense did it have? 15? Right. Okay, so I can hit that. Right, so I'm going to activate. I'm going to pay the 1,000 again. Draw one. Oh, that's such a good... Okay. The game is over. I mean, it's not actually, but it's like, you know... It's pretty damn good. How much damage do we have? Like, if all of it went through, it'd be great. Oh, wait, no. This is just game. So we do that. And then we tag out. And then that is all that we need on board. It doesn't... Oh, I'm so sorry. Also, let's see what you're actually on, you know, properly. Is it just Memento? Yeah, I mean, I'll just get rid of your Memento monster, you know. Well, that was a short game. Do we book the normal summon? The answer is yes. A crime was indeed committed. Well, 2 wins. You are pack alright. Right. Let's check out the legacy tickets. Got 3 whole packs. It could yield just about anything. Like a defense position honest. Although it's more like defense collude, I guess. Cyber extender? No? Recovery? Recovery, I guess. A fusion we're never going to play. A monster we're never going to play. Chainlink 4, and that's where you can stop reading. You know, it could be funny. Harpies is at 1. That counter card is at 3. But how many times have we been dusted, I guess, is the end of... At the end of the day, how many times have we actually been hit by Harpy's Feather Duster? That's our 3rd Clockwork Knight now, I think. And that's a Dragon Ruler. What of the new ones? We've unlocked the pack twice today. Target level 4 or lower Dragon Ruler, engrave or banish. Special summon at level or rank 7 that is mentioned. Then shuffle. That is kind of neat. I don't know what baby rulers we have. When your opponent activates a spell trap card or effect attached to negate banish. That is a really good Xyz monster. I don't know if we can make that much use of it, but it is good. What cube? Assault Mercenary, Goddess. Normal special summoned. And a monster that has coin toss effect. During your main phase, toss a coin, call it. If you call it right, double the attack of all monsters. If you call it wrong, send as many to the grave, draw 1. So, this is Rota for the little guy we have. Another Borbo. Could have done with a main deck monster over that. And that's apparently not our first Kalantosa. I mean, a good way of actually seeing what Dragon Rulers we have. Let's just pop into this pack real quick. Featured cards. Your cards. Oh, okay, we have Tidal and we have Stream. We don't have Lightning. Okay. And we do have Blaze as well. Who is technically, you know, not a Dragon Ruler, but it's a Dragon Ruler. We got the Dark one. What does the Light one do? Send a Dragon Ruler from deck to grave, detach a material. This effect becomes that sent monster's effect that discards itself to activate. That's rather neat. But I don't think 2 Dragon Rulers makes a deck. We need a lot more dragons. And we do have, like, a Dragoonity deck of some kind. but I don't think it's of the quality that we need, which is near constructor level apparently to win things. Ashia Doman. Like, they seem like a neat deck, but like, they just don't really seem to be working any time that I've played them, not to the degree that you want them to. We're missing... What are we missing? Like, we're missing Dragon Ravine, I'm pretty sure. Which is a rather big thing for the deck, unsurprisingly. Well, I mean, you might as well, right? We've got the card. It's here to use. I want draws, please. Normal summon a guy. I dare you. They are thinking about it. How dangerous is it to pass on just, you know, Perulia? Is my opponent going to kill me in half? Scoop, 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 scoop. Maybe. Although I don't particularly mind, like, you know. If they do play into it, they're only probably going to... Decision was made. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. We've got not like loads of stuff. We've got 18 damage, and we've got 3 spell traps. Book of Moon, MST, and Imperm. They know they want to scoop. Maybe. Like, how bad do you fear Perulia? What is your deck doing? Okay, there's... Okay, so you would need to get a Diabell. You can only special summoned. What if we just halved and negate, you know? Oh, I guess I should have actually just waited and then used Cosmic on it. That feels like that makes a lot more sense. That feels like your monster is stuck there. That's going to be a Link play. That is their normal summon. Floodgate Droll, I bet you never thought you'd see it. And they didn't even set a card. So you have an effect, right? During opponent's turn, if this card is sent from its owner's hand or field to the grave, you can, yeah, discard a card special. So we're going to normal summon the other Good Witch. We're then going to go Battle Phase, attack over the Droll. I guess they must have done. Like, they can get this effect back, unfortunately. Which means I guess the Cosmic is going to come up anyway. Because they get to do that if they want. Pitch that. So when attack is declared, you can place this card from the... Okay, yeah. So this needs to hit the field first. Okay. So anyway, we do this now. And then we banish the card you just set. And then this will no longer be on the field because you've already used that effect. Big. I put it in the wrong zone. They could be on Anima. I did mean to put it in center zone, but if they just summon Anima and steal it, then they summon Anima and steal it, you know? It would be destroyed by game... Oh, it can't be targeted. I thought it was Dark Destroyer and the Eclipser which couldn't be targeted, but... Yep. Sometimes that just be the way it goes. Anyway, extra 1,000 life. On the off chance that that is Ash Blossom, I am going to swing in with Cosmo, Forerunner first. Okay, it's not. Because the thing is, it's just easier to get in for the guaranteed damage. They really have just got, like, the worst hand possible for their deck. Once they get going, I think we're just done. But until then... Called by. Oh, jeez. Is that just... I feel so... mixed about this. On the one hand, we have defeated the Snake Eyes menace. I'm not particularly a fan of Snake Eyes. On the other hand, that feels bad. They had basically nothing. Well, Cosmo win rate goes up, you know? Cosmo's out here taking names. I'm so sorry. Except you're playing Snake Eye. So in theory, how consistent is it? You've got... Right. So you got 3 Diabell Star, which gets you to your OSS. Do you have any way to get to Diabell Star? You haven't wanted, so you have 4 copies of Diabell, which is, you know, 5 copies of Sinful, basically. Place a Snake Eye monster from your hand deck, or continuous... But that doesn't really do anything, that's just going to get you to this one. And then, if I summon something, they get it, and they can start their combos, I guess. You do just want to open, like, Snake Eye Ash. You don't want to open Oak, so that's like 6 1-card starters for, like, the Snake Eye portion of the deck. Unless I'm, well, 1.5, but call it 1 cards. And what's Fiendsmith doing? Fiendsmith isn't even making their negate, like their in archetype negate. I think they're doing a 6. I think they're just making Hive King. Which the Fiendsmith bit has, like, those 3 Engraver. So, like, they had a good amount of starters. They just really didn't get into anything. That's actually insane. We'll leave the 1 pack. What's the new pack? Forest Friends, okay. We'll leave that one for the next time, and instead, Master Pack time. Dual Avatar, of course. New Dark Magician card, I think from the newest pack. So you can activate this the turn it was set by revealing Spellcaster. When a monster effect is activated in response to a card or effect that mentions Dark Magician, negate! If you special summon Dark Magician, you can pay 25 set this. That's not bad. It doesn't even banish when it leaves the field. As long as you have enough life, you can keep doing it. Cactus Bouncer, not our first copy. Flogos, which is Ogdoadic, and Bujin support. I don't think anything in here is really worth it. This is like... Yeah, that's awful. That's just worse than Parsheth. Well, certainly cards, you know. Right, I need to get myself a drink and just check on something real quick. So, I shall be right back. We're going to pop into a duel room. I realise I haven't lowered the sounds. I'll lower the sounds in the duel room, or in the replay thing, and then we can pop on some YouTube musics again. Oh, enjoy meta.
New metal posters for those who come after. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is now at Displate, officially licensed art. 3D textured prints on metal, tool-free magnet mounting. See the paintress's new canvas now, only at Displate.com.
And we're back. So let's put those back on. Go to the Tinternet tab and quit out of this thing. See, let's quit out of boring decks, you know, decks that we know what they're doing. Well, I say that, I still don't necessarily know their game plan. But, yeah, decks that people generally know what they're doing. And let's get back to interesting things, you know? Cosmo. I do think Cosmos are neat, but just don't know that they're that interesting. I don't think there's anything I could really update this deck with. Oh, it's our 4th Clockwork Knight. That's a shame. Let's see. Only playing more Cosmo support. Yeah, I think Cosmos are neat, honestly. They're pretty cool. They're just unfortunately, like, just so outdated at the moment. Like, I think the best piece of recent Cosmo support is probably Psychic Processor, you know? Because this, you know, basically just directly allows you to stick 2 bodies on the field, right? Unless there's something else that I'm just not thinking of. The fact that it banishes itself means that you can't, you know, hit it with Imperm. It specials from hand, which means it's not able to be hit by Ash. Or at least if you're going to Imperm it, you need to do it preemptively. Hey, we get to choose. Let's go. But yeah, Cosmos are cool. Cosmos are very cool. You know what? I like Cosmos so much, I want more Cosmos. Even more. This isn't enough Cosmos. I guess what goes around comes around, right? Fenrir Pass. Some would say it's an FTK. Some would say it's the bare minimum. Resonance. And Squatter. I mean, I think I just sent 2 Dark Lady. Are you... Actually, you're a hard once. You're not a hard once. I'll send Ogre. I got more Cosmos in deck, so that's not bad. If banished. If sent from field to grave. Oh, okay. Banish 1. For Ragnarika. Discard, target a face up, return it to the hand. Okay. That's neat. Tribute 1, special 1 with a higher level. Okay. There's Mother Spider. I can just banish one of the 3 baby spider. That is entirely an option. I'm not sure if they know. And yeah, we just on here, and then you're stuck with a level 10 that just doesn't do the thing. And you've used the effect as well now, so yeah, okay. Fenrir Pass as an FTK. Your opponent just has to be on, you know, Spider Turbo. 100 gems. Is it just Spider Turbo, or are they actually playing insects? They've got to be playing insects. No, that actually looks to be Spider Turbo. Huh. Can't say I've seen that before. That is a different deck. Alright, let's go over to the shop then. 3 whole legacy tickets. You see, that's enough to open. See what's inside. We can get anything from this. We could even get Card Blocker, which changes itself to defense position. And is a magnet for an attack. And Foolish is 3. And makes itself a 1900. Okay. Union Support, we've already got that card several times over. Terrible, Gemini, FTK piece, real stupid combo piece. If you know, you know. Anyway, Master Packs. Ooh, we get an Ultra Rare. We're getting pretty lucky with like how many Ultras and Supers we've been pulling lately. The quality of them I will not say, but we've been getting lucky with quantity. That's nice. It's an extender. That's a Ass Trap. You get to summon it from the deck. Second Electric Jellyfish. Drytron New 2. Not Royal Rare, sad times. Cannot be normal summoned set, must be special summoned. If Drytron is on the field special, if it's special, you can add a Drytron monster. That's not bad. Honestly, like, that's pretty damn good. It's part of the new wave. It released as just, like, a common in the TCG, I think. Like, they got New 2, they got the level 12 Ritual, and they got one other new card. I think it might have been a trap card as well. Actually, yeah, that probably... Did that open the pack? Just to have a look. Doesn't look like it did. Neat. We got a couple Drytron cards, but not really enough to make that work. Looking at it, we should still be able to see what the new Drytron support was, though. So if I click on... Okay, yeah, that is our second related. Yeah, so you got the level 12 Drytron. You got Meteora. And I think that may have been it. Yeah, it was just 3 cards. New 2, Dad, as he's referred to, and Meteora. Which are, like, pretty decent support cards, but, you know. Probably too new to be in the pack. Yeah. I expect this is just Master Pack. Never really looked at the card art on that. I can't quite tell what's going on, except that it's got, like, Earth's Arctic vibes coming from it, as well as, like, the Drytron vibes. Which is... I mean, it makes sense. They're supposed to be in the same kind of thing. It's like why this is a thing. That's Polari right there, but that's the... Presumably the Drytron fields. Well... Presumably it's Fafnir, but I could not tell you. You would think they put the new support in the packs. Yeah, you'd think. And apparently you'd be wrong. Doesn't feel like they update any of the packs except, like, real favourites in quick time, you know? Anything that gets an update has already been out for, like, you know, a year. Like, a year to... half a year to a year. I mean, there's very simply just the correct play. Oh, buddy, you do not even... Okay. I will not special summon then. That is fine by me. You don't want me to special summon, I just won't. That's fine. Lost Wind and Inspector Border. There is a chance they just have Imperm. They had a lot of reactions for, you know, someone who's just used Max C. Unless they just have a toggle on, but I would not be surprised if Imperm came down. And point in case. Can't wait to see what pack they put Inspector Border in. I'm not sure they're going to put Inspector Border in a pack. Right, so I do have Lost Wind for whatever. This is only negated for the turn. Oh, it's only negated for the turn. I just do a Bestial. Oh, come on. I toggled on. Too late, apparently. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go for it. Send a zombie monster. Please. Plague Spreader. Yeah, I wanted them to use it. Magnum up. Anyway, give me a search. Ash Blossom. Okay. That's fine. Well, you got a level 8 Synchro. You gonna do anything with that? They are indeed. Shogun Sada. Yeah, just no. And just banish the Uni-Zombie as well while we're here. They might be able to get rid of the Inspector Border, but, like, their big Synchro monster is negated. They're getting, you know, this thing back. Oh yeah, Maxi is now a zombie. It does allow me to start making Synchro plays without fear for, like, anything, simply because, like, well, their effects are back online anyway. Oh, Link 2. Target one of your level 5 or higher that's banished or in your graveyard. Okay, so they can get the... They can get the nothing back. Oh no, in your graveyard, yeah, so they can get this back. Special summon that monster. If special summon, banish a zombie, gain attack. Yeah, okay. You can only summon it once per turn. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. That's just pretty much the end of the game, right? I could tribute summon for Forerunner, but like I think I just normal summon. Just go battle phase, right? What are the odds that that set card is just imperm again? And they just want to shut off the Lost Wind for next turn. Man, they only have 300 left. I don't think I could have changed that. I could have just made Savage Dragon. You know what's fine. It's fine. You've got one card, and you, assuming that's imperm, have to just imperm the Inspector Border to stop Lost Wind as well. I don't know what one card starters a zombie has. Top deck Darkhold? You know, that would do it in this situation. Yep, surprise, surprise, it was just Imperm the whole time. What can you do with a one card? I mean, as far as one cards go, that's pretty fucking good. Although I do still have Druisworm, so I'm happy. I'm probably going to get punished for not killing one though. Send Mizuki. You can get Shogun Saga back now. You can also get the Flying Mary back. It really depends on what you want to do. Okay, so you just... yeah, you're doing that to special summon. You should special summon the Link monster back. For maximum advantage. Yep. The thing is, I don't really need to be so aggressive. I've got 4 monsters on the field. They can clear 2. Well, they can clear this one as well. They can clear 3. But I just need to have 1 on the field. Any one monster does it. Yeah, go for it. Because if they leave a Bestial up, then I can just, or if they leave a Bestial up, sorry, I can just attack over the Uni-Zombie. If they leave, you know... I guess the only one, like... yeah, they can't clear both Druisworm and Magnum up. And in fact, they're doing... you know what? Yeah, don't question it, it's fine. I guess they've just realised that they can't win from here. But yeah, they're torn between basically the Inspective Order and the Bestials, and they can't actually clear everything. Regardless of what the top deck is. I don't want to say Cosmo's the best deck of all time, but it has just been taking names. No mercy for anyone. Maybe this was the secret source. Just go back to, you know, not Generator. Not that terrible deck. Cosmo. Brilliant deck Cosmo. Couldn't be hit by Ash Blossom if it wanted to. Another Megalith. That's neat. Luna. Alright, I think this super rare is going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting for the pack. That does a lot of lifting. It's just pay 1,000, banish a card, right? I mean... Mill 3 in the end phase. Goes in the go in second deck, I guess? It's... what's the difference? The difference is in the go in second deck, the removal I have, if you want to call it that, the Quibelt Dragon, it does it on summon. Whereas this, I have to summon it and then get a chance to activate it. And it's not like it's a quick effect. What about my deck? Yeah, if this card is Synchro Summon, target card, destroy it. Once per turn, you can pay 1,000. The difference being, one of them's on summon, the other one I have to wait for. And it's not like I want to replace this, because I did just find out that you know, not summoning this could have cost me the game. In fact, let's just check out our synchros that are level 8. So we can't use this one. No, we can use that one. We have a Red Dragon Archfiend. Right, I forget about that. That requires specifically Fleur. When you take damage, not particularly great. Blackwing specifically, Tuna plus... Okay, so it's got specific materials. That's completely generic. Rocks. Do we have rocks? Not in this deck. That's specific. That's generic, but it's not higher attack. We need a similar attack. Crimson Blader is not too bad. Groza's specifics. You are not specifics. The only reason I'm wondering if we can replace Borreload is because we never really set him up. Like, it's one of those that, yeah, if we actually manage to get to his negate, he's a really solid thing, but, like, we just end up not. And so, is there anything better we can just put on the field? It doesn't feel like there is, actually. I feel like we just treat him like a beat stick, and he's probably a lot better. Either that, or we just, you know, Thought Ruler Archfiend. Gives us life points. Pays life points as well for an upstart, you know. And then we got the Centurion support. Yeah, I think actually we just leave him in, but we just gotta start treating him like a beat stick, rather than as his own, you know, negate piece. It's either that or we replace it with Red Dragon Archfiend, which actually has a downside. Alright, on with the next one. Just keep it going. Yeah, as you can expect, there are plenty of people with the new stuff because, hey, look at that, accessories. Although, to be fair, I think the, like, Masquerena riding a bike is pretty cool. That's neat. That's... not... one sec. So, I mean, I want to do this, right? Because it gets it back, and in a worst case, it does allow me to... Yeah, okay, so I want to do this. It plays into Maxi, but, like... Okay. Imperm. Yeah, you know, that also does it. That gets us a 5. We don't have a 5 in this one, do we? No, I believe we do have access to Chambara. I could probably put it in over that. I'm gonna get it off the field just on the off chance that, like, my opponent has anything. I'd rather not have anything on field because a monster with 0 attack is probably worse than an open field. And besides, I now get it back to my hand. They're going first, but with a battle phase. That's what this has boiled down to. And they had Imperm anyway, so I still would have been forced to use the Strawman early. Yeah. Although, Kashtira can't out Dark Destroyer, can they? Well, if we live a turn, and we can get to Dark Destroyer, that possibly does just win us the game, maybe. Probably not, but, like, it's something that they actually have to fight through, it looks like. It's just if we get that far. I'm not sure we do. That's 39 on board at the moment. defensive times. Okay, so make big 3k defender. That's your idea of a turn. Okay. Spec a Kashtira. I might as well just do this then. Yeah? I don't see any reason why not. What do we got? Cross out. That was not relevant to me in the slightest. There's Unicorn. Okay, so you don't have Fenrir. Which means what? I can get this and Dark Destroyer on the field, but I kind of want Dark Destroyer to float. So, you can't use Imperm. Neither of us have a light dark in the grave. I guess, yeah, I'm just going to do it again. So we're going to get... Are we going to get Strawman? Yes. No. Because we can just normal the Strawman. 1. Summon another. 2. Now I can actually make a Link 2 using these. Anyway, target and destroy a guy. I know it has to just detach instead, but like, you know, it now detaches instead, right? I think I do just, like, Haggard, I guess? I don't know. I don't really know how I out Shangira off the top of my head. That's not what I was going for, but you're welcome to assume it was. Actually... Oh, I used my... Yeah, right. That was why the thing didn't work. It's fine. We're just gonna... Oh, I can just attack him directly. How much does that matter? Do I have any lingering effect? No. No, I want to attack the monster. I kind of forgot that I had to, like, I keep having to normal summon this to do it. If we have a copy of E-Telly, it might well be worth playing, because we have... Is E-Telly a level 3 specifically? I forget. Anyway, standby phase, so... Get a Kashtira from the deck. Fenrir is in the graveyard, so it's not Fenrir, it could just be Unicorn. No, you get an Ogre. Okay. Add a trap. That's fine. Special summon this, banish it, Kashtira or Tillaments from your hand or grave. That's okay. Banish the Fenrir. Send the top 3 cards of either player's deck. Mine. Oh, hey. I can now Bestial. E-Telly is level 3 or lower. Yeah, okay. I guess if we do have an E-Telly as well worth putting in. Tribute summon Unicorn. You go for it, my guy. Issue is, this isn't living the turn. Okay, there's the Fenrir. At least I assume you're just going to get back Fenrir. I don't really know why you wouldn't. Do you have anything? You don't have one of those. I have a Dogfighter in the grave. Okay. I guess the plan is to just make the rank 7 and crash it. Or attach it as material. Sorry, I need to... Your friend. Yeah. Oh wait, it targets. Hold on. Sorry, I'm reading. Not you. Does target. Which is honestly good enough. Okay, that's fine. Get Ogre back. I don't really not want to do him with this extra... Yeah, because they're not going to just like leave the Assault Synchron. I would need to get an extra monster. Or rather, I need Magnamut to go through and to stay on the field. Okay. And I guess they do just attack the Dark Destroyer. That's what makes sense. The only issue is I do still need to clear the Fenrir, and if I banish a card, then this gets material. Once I clear this, I kind of walk into the Fenrir, which sucks, but that might just be how it is. Yeah, we let that happen. Although Fenrir is used as effect this turn, so... Bye-bye. Let's get ourselves a Cosmo. I can get Forerunner, or I can get Wicked Witch. I think I just want to get Forerunner. I mean, that's funny, but what if I did it first? Now, granted, they can just do that next turn, but they'll have to do it next turn then. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing against Shangura. I need to out its 1xe's material. They can just special back a Rise Heart with this one. No, one of your non-xe's. I'm learning things. What about the trap, though? Yeah, the trap is just add xe's. Yeah, the spell trap zones aren't really doing much. It's pretty much the monster zones that are important. Need to clear this. I have things in deck which would clear it. Maybe. Maybe I do. We're gonna get our own Jerusalem. Our own Jerusalem. Yeah, that's the correct move. Droll in end phase. Yeah, buddy. Target and send, right? Yeah. I guess they get the Magnamut here, but is what it is. Because this is mandatory. I pass priority, they get to choose to do a thing. Yep. Yep, there's the 1000. Fenrir, do you wish to banish the other one? You do. What a shame. Oh, and they're going to lock my last zone. Alright, this is annoying. Good reckon the deck that's going to block off your card zones one by one is annoying as fuck to play against. You target a card on the field. Why must you target a card on the field? There's one. Are we all good? Are we stopped? No. No. And then that gives you another attach. They didn't do it. Do you need to go to the grave? You need to go to the grave. Fuck this, man. It had to end at some time, but I'm just really ever so slightly ticked off it's Cash Zero because, of course, fuck Cash Zero. Nothing particularly bad about my cards, it's more the fact that, well, actually, hold on. Can I just make room for something that would out that? Why do I still have Dark Sanctuary in here? For the burn reasons. For the funnies. It gives me a third field spell. What could I do as removal options? I've got Lightning Vortex, which is a little awkward. Should probably just look through normal spells. Oh yeah, right, do I have E-Telly? Probably not. No. Right. In some cases, that's better than Lightning Vortex. Let's pop that in for that now. I think I'm just going to try and find candidates. So, obviously, like, that specifically deals with that, but we're more just looking at actual removal options in general. Not specific Cash Terror. That's only for a normal summon or set. And Shadow Fusion, Dark Ruler, which we're already playing, Soul Taker. I mean, Soul Taker's just basic removal. It's not great, but that's worse. Definitely worse. Trying to work out if I have anything that like really stands out to me as better than Lightning Vortex, because this can be. The discard is a bit of a cost, but we've seen that Book of Moon works. So what if we just had more copies of Book of Moon? I think that might be the play, honestly. I can play 2 of this. I know I could play 1 Lightning Storm and 1 of this, but... Would I cut anything? I don't think I would. The 3 Cosmo Dark Lady feels pretty good. This guy's pretty good if you open, like, more Cosmos. And then the Punk package is a pretty small bit anyway. You've got this one, which, what is it? You contribute a Punk to special this, or you can send this from hand or field to add a Punk. So it adds a Punk, which adds this. You can pay 600, add a Punk trap. So you basically... This card gets you to Imperm? Yes, yes it does. You're right, Puss. Just bear with a sec, guys. And we are right back. Cat had just made a rather delicately hidden present. Not so delicately hidden the smell. Anyway, I think it probably is just the double book of lunar eclipse include, and then just leave it at that. I mean, this is Upstart Goblin. We all know that I like Upstart Goblin, but I don't think it's just worth as a one-off. We struggle to close games fast enough, so giving the opponent an extra turn, even if it protects us for a turn, is probably not in our best interest. Alright, okay, we gotta choose. Let's go first. Hold on. Okay, we make it in. Nice. Well, it does banish itself for cost, right? And we can special summon it in defense position to play around Lightning Storm. Anyway, unbeatable board. We're against a 42 card deck, 15 card extra. A definitely comprehensible name. I haven't played a single card just yet. They might be holding on to an Imperm or something like that. have to find out in a minute. Although 42 cards and a 15 extra does make me think of a bot. Do you just go to battle phase, or do you go to end phase? I'd assume battle phase. Yep, okay, we got a bot duel. Which isn't, you know, the worst thing. Please attack into the one that just clears your monster. Damn it. I'm gonna get rid of one of these. Yeah, okay, that one wasn't doing anything. I think I am just going to make the super heavy for the sake of speed. Depending on what the draw is. Yeah, because this won't add back to the hand, right? It doesn't really actually speed up the clock at all. Well, it speeds it up enough, I guess. Shadow Core. I'm okay with that. You give it piercing, right? Oh, you summoned it in attack position anyway. Of course you did. Alright, big. I get one monster effect. You get one monster effect. I don't know what the hell you could have at this point. What? Oh. Okay, that's annoying. Doesn't really matter, I'm dealing the same kind of damage either way. Right, this is now just perpetually stuck in the banished zone, so that's neat. I have 6,000 on board. And they have 4450 with a 1500 attacker, so it is game. But could the bots spice this up in any way? Could they do something truly interesting? Or stupid on a fundamental level? I could play more Master Duel per Master Duel. I could, you know, just open it up on my Switch. Just remembered that I think I'd left it on, so I just wanted to check it, like, where I was with it. What was I actually doing? I think I was going to dismantle some cards. Yeah, I think I was, Jazz. What's Cap? Come on. Oh, hold on. That's an extra deck play. They're making a Link monster. They're making Silverhat. Definitely doesn't win them the game, but, like, you know. That's a real monster. Yeah, it is. What's Cap? Oh, they actually have a target. Well, let's see it then. Mimesis Elephant. Alright. Battle phase. Yeah, okay. Jaspers. trying to attract the cat with a toy. Success. Now will she stay? No. Right. I mean, I think it's just as simple as go battle. It is. You could activate the Mimesis, and then I get myself a whole card draw. Actually, I also get to do more damage. I get to just one-shot with the Super Heavy. So there's that. That feels like a cool bonus. Okay. Does it just time out here, or does it select, like, the first option? Which might be, like, Dragon Light, or Light Dragon, or something. Light. Dragon. Light Dragon is, in fact, the first option. Continue to attack? Yes. I love Super Heavy. Alright, let's close that. Anyway, very interesting bot duel. Much gameplay. Was there anything they could have done to threaten us? I mean, the Blue Eyes is big, but I don't think there is. Can you ritual, like, can you actually get this out? It only temporarily vanishes. I'm not actually sure they could have threatened us outside of the Blue Eyes. I don't think they can make this. I know it's a bot deck and I shouldn't look too closely at it, but it's just, I'm just curious. I guess Steel Star Regulator is turn-by-turn removal. We're playing it. Right. You know what time it is? Time for a Master Pack. Once again, it holds Wonders of the World. It also holds, like, I don't know, Psychroid maybe. That's her third psychic processor. Chronograph. So, destroy this, place a Time Gazer. If cards you control destroy a battle or card effect, you can spec it from your hand. Then spec a monster from your hand. That's not bad as far as, like, spellcasters go. Duplicate Gate. Hero Blast, and Double Exposure, which is a Cypher card. So, yeah, not phenomenal pulls, but on the other hand, we did get Psychic Processor. Which, I guess we just put another one in. And goodbye. Right. At least I think you would, but then again, it just means you're slightly less likely to draw the rest of them. I guess that's the argument to keep the deck down. The less cards you have, the more likely you are to draw this in tandem with, like, actual psychics, machines, and what have you. Because at the moment, we're just as likely to draw it with, like, our spell traps as probably psychics or machines. Right. That was a thing, though. Synchro. I think we have a Chambara. No, I do not. I must have been... yeah, I guess I've been watching too much of Joe's. We do have Amatrix. Which... normally our opponent's monsters are, like, pretty hefty attack stats. So, I guess that's good enough. I don't think there's anything else we would play in the Synchro 5 category. We're either looking at Synchro 5 or 4 or 6. So let's actually have a look. What's in that kind of range? So we've got Red Rising, which we can play one of. but it works best with Resonator into like Red Dragon Archery and stuffs. This isn't the worst. Once per turn during your opponent's battle. Oh, it's only during your opponent's battle phase? Although, it looks like it stays that big, but I don't think that's worth playing. Interesting to read, though. Gen X, which is just not worth it. Cupid Pitch is a stepping stone, which to do this we're either doing 1 and 3 or 2 and 2, which makes this a 6 tuner or a 5 tuner. 6 tuner makes it better with the Bestials. Do we have anything with 600 defense? We have... Okay, that's 1 monster with 600. 2 monsters, 3 monsters. Huh. So, wait. You could start with, like, Synchron Strawman and search for Madam Spider, I guess? That's kind of neat. You could also search for Perulia while you have, like, no way to clear your own monster. And that gets you to, like, a level 6. But, like, there's nothing really easy to do with that. So, nope. Got Iron Chain Dragon, which is completely generic. It mills 2500, which might just be big enough to matter. But that one's better at beating over things, and putting stuff into the graveyard is sometimes a little dangerous. Do we rather? So is it easy to go for a 5? I think 5 is technically the easiest level. But I'm not actually convinced we have anything that's worth putting in the slot in the first place. Although that just gets us the tuner back, which in this case would be Assault Synchron. You know what? Yeah. It gives us a bit of an edge case scenario, but I think it's possibly worth it. Gives us the tuner back, sticks a 2300 on board instead of like some pretty low stat guys. Can attack in defense position. And we still get the add back even if we have spell traps engraved. The only condition is that we can't summon the monster that turn, which granted we wouldn't be doing anyway. Well, I mean, if you insist. I think I just discard the Metaverse. So we do 1. And yeah, I'm good with that. Inspector Border, Book of Lunar Eclipse. Book of Lunar Eclipse. What's the other one? Book of Total, just Book of Eclipse. I guess the other one's just Book of Eclipse. Why do I always feel like those names should be different? Okay. Now, if you normal summon a guy and I book it, it can't check the attack stat. But I do think Black Wings are just more likely to get going. I need to draw into some monsters. Inspector Border can hold down the fort and force a rage quit from time to time, but he can't just hold out indefinitely. People have, you know, effect negation, monster removal. I do think I let that go, and then I just book both of them. Like, I book the 2 monsters. Because you still can't use a monster effect. You can special summon it, but that's fine. Because you don't have a quick effect to do. And we just get rid of... you know what, let's get rid of that one, actually. Alright, the question is, can we actually do anything from here? We're getting closer, I guess. We kill the tuna monster because you should. They probably have a million tunas and can get to a synchro, but, you know, is what it is at that point. Indeed, there's a flip summon. You've got to have another Blackwing monster in your hand, surely. Just a Blackwing. With over 1,300. That is a Blackwing. It is not a tuna. So you're going to make a Link monster, or... That is not a tuna either. Again, are you going to make a Link monster, or are you going to make an Xyz, or... Battle phase. Nope, you're just frustrated. Not even attacking. I guess I should have done, but... you know what, that's fine. Let's just do it. Let's just... Yes. Set this. When normal summon target. Send the card from your hand or field. So, I mean, I think it's just... Because this can just get itself back, so we just go for some damage. They put a tuner on field, we just Dynamicious it. We get rid of the triple attack because they're never activating a monster effect. If you're not having a good time, or you don't think you're going to get to the out, you can surrender. It's a valid option. And it seems that they may be taking that. There we go. They indeed took that way out. We are tearing through the door pass at the moment. Right. I mean, they were just playing Blackwing. There's not really much to look at there. So, let's open some legacy tickets. And let's then open a master pack. We have the Double Rush Recklessly, kind of. Card that is really pretty bad. Lightning Punisher, Chain Links, no. Lightning Blade, no. That's pretty just awful, right? The monster equipped with this card is not destroyed. Okay, yeah, no. Right. So, after those beautiful gems of cards, let's go to the utter, you know, the utter rubbish pile that is the Master Pack, of course. Because how could you ever hope to compete with a level 5 monster with 1600 attack that is unaffected by spells while Umi is present, you know? It feels like you're just doing a lot to really not quite match the vibe. What's with the duplicates? Can I get some of these cards I don't have? There's no way it just says your cards, right? Yeah, no. I think we already tried that, but, like, it'd be real nice if it kind of just did a your cards and, like, how many... I guess just, like, yeah, like you have the collection. Because, if you're not familiar, they did these kind of bundles, and they've basically got, like, for lack of a better term, a small Pokédex function for several archetypes, where you complete them all and you get, like, shiny aesthetic. Non-games here. Well, let us see what non-games look like. And go in second. That is very much a go in first hand. And they are playing a 60 card main 0 extra. I think they took their... Yep, they are delivering on what they promised. I cannot find any fault with this. We're going to set 1. I'm going to set 2. I'm going to set 3. I'm going to pass turn, because I can't summon yet. Is it all just like normal monsters? They've got a 60 card deck. There's no way that, like, you know... Yeah. I'm not going to stop them from declaring an attack. It's just a cuddly little bear. Do they want to rank down or something? Do they just... I'm a little confused. But, like... I'm not mad about it. But I am going to steal his teddy bear. And then sacrifice it to summon a Wicked Witch. I know it's not actually the Wicked Witch, but, you know, it's close enough, right? I like the guy's vibe. I'm just a little confused. Like, the bots make sense. It's people who are just, like, you know, go play the game and maybe it ranks up to, like, gold a few times, which means it earns, you know, gems just while it's doing it passively. But, like, oh, look, he summoned a 100 attack point monster this time. He's on track to summon, like, a 500 attack point monster by the end of the duel. And by the end of the duel, I'd mean, like, turn, I don't know, 12, 18. Well, nothing quite like Dark Destroyer for game. Tag out. Big ship. No summon animation. And for whatever it's worth, you could get to a scenario where you summon Dark Destroyer, pop itself, and then summon a different guy. Anyway, over in Gold 3 now. And 3 whole Legacy tickets. I gotta know if the whole deck was just like normal monsters with like no attack power. Okay, no, they do have like some attack, but like it's It's a bit of a reach, you know. The deck looks clean, you know. There's no effect text anywhere. Except for, like, here. Nope. Yeah, here, here, and here. And they're just not even relevant. Set Metal Foe's Spell Trap. If you have an Ignite, you can destroy... Wait, Fire Warrior, sorry. They can just search this. That's the only... They can do one play. There is not another Fire Warrior, but if they get 2 of their 3 Ignites, they can search for a card. It's an impressive deck. Right. I'll leave the Legacy tickets, but I will open the Master Pack. We're in gold at this point. And while there were some decks that I was willing to just sort of like, you know, oh, we're so low on the ladder. And, you know, why would we actually pull a pack for winning against this? Well, we're in gold now, and that's going to be my excuse. Ooh, that's actually pretty cool for the Ghost second deck. Cosmo Beat. What is it with duplicate high rarity cards? God's Emissary. Okay, so I need to have this in hand and then summon a monster with 2500 attack or defense. Which is just any of the... It's any of the Bestials. So that's that. But its name doesn't become Dark Magician or Blue Eyes White Dragon, and it only boosts them. It's level 72525, so... Genesis plays. But I don't think we have any Genesis monsters. Or if we do, we've only got like 1 maybe. Should really have a look at that. Do we have Genesis monsters? Not that they're perfect for the Cosmo deck, but because we have any, like, Bestials in general. Jenna. We have 1 Genesis monster. Yep, really just the 1. So if a monster with 2500 attack or defense is on the field. So, like, we could work, like, around that. It just feels so bad. Randomly getting DM support to say you didn't want to play it. Like, the thing is, if I got a Dark Magician, I would build a Dark Magician deck just for the, like, okay, we've got one, you know, I'll play the Dark Magician. But if you're not aware, it's kind of like Hero. You're just gonna get Dark Magician support, you know? Like, look at all this stuff. I've got Eternal Soul, I've got Magician's Soul, I've got, like, this new card, I've got, you know, Rod, Illusion of Chaos, we've got the Girl, Timaeus, Dark Magician. Like, in terms of actually playing Dark Magician, if this was, like, you know, legitimately obtained, we could. But, like, you know, it's not the best thing in the world. We get, like, does this mention... It doesn't actually mention Dark Magician, so I don't think we can get that. But we have, at the end of the day, we've got Magician's Salvation, Eternal Soul, Rod, Souls, Magician, and Illusion as, like, the good cards. Everything else is just kind of filling up the deck a little bit. Although there is Magician of Chaos, which is kind of decent. You've got, you know, your 3 copies of Feather Duster. You've got your 1 Offerings to the Doomed, I guess. And then you got Raigeki. That's, I guess, the other thing. If you just actually manage to use the Dark Magician Girl well enough, you do just get a Raigeki. And I'd love to do that, but the thing is, we didn't pull this properly. Oh yeah, I should bookmark it. Like, We got a few cards that mention Neos, you know? But we didn't obtain him properly. And even then, like, the Neos fusion targets we have aren't, like, particularly great. Like, great, we have Neos Knight. That's about it, right? And it does protect, like, the Neospatian ones from just shuffling themselves. That needs a fusion monster, so it can't be made. This needs exactly two monsters. So you're looking at, like, this one, not that one, this one, and this one. Overall, like, not great monsters. Is there anything else that's kind of like that? I mean, the Blue Eyes support, we have Blue Eyes, but it's not as... It's still a lot, but it's not quite the same as the DM stuff. Besides, yeah, we actually pulled, like, a legit Chaos Max, so we can actually play it if we want to. We did, once upon a time, play Chaos Max. And it probably caught someone off guard. But no, I just find Dark Magician a little boring. Like, it's got the same playstyle that it had, like, I don't know, 6 years ago. Yeah, actually, that is, you know, exactly. It has the same playstyle it had 6 years ago. Which just feels boring. I guess, yeah, we start with this. Add Punk. And then we just normal summon Inspector Border. Set 1. Set 2. Set 3. So we've got Dynamicious, Imperm. They also have Imperm. Okay, that might actually be a game for a turn. Okay. So they constantly tag out as quick effects, which means all of these are going to be a little bit more difficult to use. Reveal the Ash Blossom. Did you draw that for turn then? Quick effect, activate 1. You can... So, I do want to Lost Wind this. It's just whether they have anything else in hand. Okay, so I know they have an Ash Blossom. Oh. Okay, yeah, Razin came back. They could just be able to get rid of this, maybe. What have we got? Dynamicious. So, yeah, I think you just run in with Inspector Border. I like that idea. You could make a Link monster. Okay. And that's where we just do it, right? Target. And yeah, just discard, banish. Good try though. Anyway, it's definitely very interesting gameplay. Very, very fun gameplay. Inspective Order is a very skillful card. You've got to be able to read the fact that it's just a floodgate and understand that it's just a floodgate. Set. Yeah. I mean, I can't actually get another monster on the field at the moment. Well, no, that's not true. I can. Let's just pop this one. Gimme monster. So I can start doing damage. Then set one, and I'll tribute summon Druis next turn. Yep, attacking in the right order. Anyway, in theory, next turn is the end of it. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately it now isn't quite the end of it. It's close, but it's just not quite. Link. Okay, you get one monster effect. Anyway, trap effect. And no. Also, I now have game. Do you have anything in your graveyard, or is it just my graveyard? Yeah, we'll do it anyway. Okay, so it's only negated until the end of the turn. Set the Lost Wind. But it was special summoned from the extra deck, and so Lost Wind can, in fact, negate it again. And yeah, there you go. Fun and interactive gameplay. But it's me doing it, so it's interesting, right? Not the other times when, like, Cash Tira floodgating me. That's just rude. That's inconsiderate. I'm trying to provide entertainment for people. Well, no. I'm trying to see if I can do a thing. If I entertain people along the way, that's a nice, happy coincidence. Excuse you, what? New Vassal? When did this get released? Okay, new Monarch Vassal. Cool. Law Queen level 3. Mech Phantom Beast. And nothing worth playing? No. On to the Basta pack. At the very least, it's currently pretty decent progress. We are already pretty decently into gold, and we are not that far through Feb. We got a Karakuri monster, and that's the new thing. Realistically, I think Ancient Gear Tanker is probably the best card in that. Right. We're in Gold 3. And, you know, we're doing okay at the moment, so let's just see if we can keep doing okay. Oopsies. Right, okay. Your opponent gets to choose. We're going second. Let's see if this is the critical moment. the downfall of our time. 2 bestials, 3 traps. Okay. And it's Dracotail. I don't know if they have dark monsters. I know it's one of the better decks in the room, but I don't know if they're going to use any dark monsters. If they don't, we're probably just done. What did you use? Water and a fire to make an earth, and you've got an earth on field. I get the feeling this might be a bit difficult to try and find a dark monster. And if that's the case, do I just quit now? Or do I wait and see if they're going to put one in there at some point? What draws could I get, really? Let me think. Water, okay. It need to be something I could just pop in the graveyard without too much problem. So Ogre Dance would be kind of like what I'm looking for. What do I get from that? I get 2 level 6s with 25 each. I would still need a tuner. I think we in a spot of bother. Yamatako! They also didn't play into the imperm column. I think it's probably 1, 2, and are you... I don't know. Right. You've got spellcasters and dragons. They targeted, what, Dynamicious? Dynamicious, sometimes. Anyway, they get a fusion summon. What are you making with that? Another Dracotail, a Thalion. Which means I get to return, like, one of those back to the extra deck, so that's neat. Did you mean to do that? I guess you meant to. Oh, it's then you can, so you just don't destroy the monster. Okay. No, I'm not going to continue my main phase. For some reason, I just don't think I'm doing anything with it at the moment. Got Lostwind and Tikaboo, and I don't really know what the Dracotail disruptions do. But I guess I could read. That doesn't actually mention Dracotail. That mentions the monsters. Spell. Okay, so I have a spell negate. It's a normal summon, wasn't it? mean, you just gotta stick 200 damage. It's not that difficult, right? Surely. Fusion zone. So... now we do it? And like, I'm not dead, but I am in a pretty bad spot. Especially because I'm basically just going to open up their field again. Anyway, let that resolve, which means they, in theory, shouldn't actually be able to fusion summon. Correct, and I take a lot less damage. What are you? Sea Serpent, and you are an Aqua. And that would give me... okay, so I can't get to that. I can get to Ruddy Rose. Yeah, I can get to Ruddy Rose, or I can get to something like Yazi. Special summon, face up. Activate. Ash, it's fine. So we do this. Gonna halve it. Negates effects. Not that it matters. And then we get this. So I can get to the Black Rose. That's what I can actually do at the moment. Well, it was just the Ash effect, so Ash is face down. Right. Gets Haggard. I think it does just kind of have to be the Rose Dragon. Don't particularly like it. Oh, I had two ways to make it. That's why it was asking me if I wanted to use the effect. We're going to put it here. Banish. Please. I mean, it still does it. The graveyard is going to be banished. Okay, use monsters from your hand or field. Those monsters then in your graveyard are being banished, all of them. Granted, I'm not actually in a good position here. Don't have any dark monsters to banish. Use my normal summon and everything, and Fenrir cannot get over this right now. So as long as they can stick another 28, I am doomed. Granted, I have cut them off from their resources somewhat, but they are just going to hit Fenrir. Like, I don't see them doing anything else. Yeah. And that means they can finally get rid of Tikbu. Which is probably where my grasp on this game dies. We should see what the top deck is, though. But I banished all your stuff. How can you keep going? It's not like you played multiples of good cards. Why would you do that? Yeah, leave them to it. They do just kind of have me dead to rights. Okay. I would like to end it off on a win, but I am a little tired. We've been going for about 3 hours. Well, it's close to 4, but there's been a couple breaks here and there. On the plus side, today's record has been just a little good. Like, so we started down there, so that's 1 in 4, and then that's just another 7, which makes it 8 and 12. And then that's another 4 and 6, which makes it 12 in what? 12 and 18. It's not a bad win rate. Speaking of not a bad win rate, I guess it is time to update the stats. So let's go to the data, and right, for the start of session 126, we have won. How many have we won? 772. So yeah, we won 12. And, more importantly, we have played 1996. I miscounted the games then. But yeah, that's doing pretty damn good still. A 1/3 win rate at this point would have us played, let's see, 2,316 games. So we're about a good 320 games in front of that 1/3 win rate. That's something. Arbitrary win rate decided by me, but I like it, you know, it keeps me entertained. Those are some nice gems. We got most of them back that we spent today. And a whole bunch of rewards. What's the 50 for this? We get Santa Claus icon, which honestly, I get that. I like that. You could get Dear Bells, and you could get Fabled Lurry. Which honestly, that's not a bad mate, actually. Sometimes the dual pass feels like it's a little bit underwhelming, but that doesn't seem too bad. Right, rambling, tired. Hope you've all had a good one. Hope you've all managed to enjoy yourselves. My name is Cat Monarch, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next stream. Yeah, just wrapping up the settings. Hope you all have a good one, and goodbye for now.